Morning, Year 5s. It is the reading for Wednesday, and I have to say I quite like this one. I remember looking at this one with you quite a while ago, and I used it to prove the point that sometimes the reading tasks can look very tricky, and actually you don't need to worry about what the text is talking about, which is a bit naughty of me to say, but sometimes you don't need to understand the text to be able to answer some of the questions. For example, Macbeth from Shakespeare. You may read this and be thinking, what on earth are these guys talking about? There are some strange vocabulary in here from ye old England, basically Old English, that Shakespeare and many people of literature used. So we may not recognise what all of this means, and I do not expect you to. But what I do expect you to do is think, right, I'm looking at Wordsmith Wendy and retrieval. Let's have a look at the questions and see whether I need to understand the text. Because I know some of you will go, oh, I don't get it, can't do it, I don't know what it means. And that's sometimes not the point of some of the questions. First of all, can you think of a synonym for foul? You don't need to read the text for that one. You should know what foul means. If you can't remember, you can soon find the word foul. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. That may or may not help. But you should know the word foul. Synonym could be horrible, disgusting. Foul just means horrible, doesn't it? So you don't need the text for that one. The next white one. Find a copy of the phrase that shows that Macbeth doesn't know what they are. Now, first of all, it's a script. So if it's Macbeth that we need to look at, let's find Macbeth. So he says this bit here. He says this bit here. Yeah, he says 2 bits. So we're looking at 2 lines. So we need to find something that tells you Macbeth doesn't know what these things are. So foul and fair a day I have not seen. Nothing about anything there. Speak if you can. What are you? Ah. So what's the evidence that Macbeth doesn't know what they are? He asks, what are you? Not who are you? What are you? He asks. So find a copy of the phrase. It's simply, what are you? The orange bit. List 3 simple pieces of description about the witches from Banquo. So, Banquo. Banquo's here and here. So let's look at Banquo. Banquo probably says the most here. So we're looking for 3 pieces of description or features about the witches. Don't understand that first bit. Oh, withered. You might know what withered is. We talked about that this week already. And so wild. They don't look like... Oh, here we go. Skinny lips. They have beards. And they are withered. There you go. So you could put withered, skinny lips, beards. There you go. So, again, you don't need to understand all the text. You're simply retrieving what you need. The next orange one. Find a copy of the word meaning clothes, said by Banquo. Now, you might have spotted this one. You might know that the word attire means clothes. But, remember, the text is the whole page. There's an asterisk there. If we scroll down, attire means clothes. The answer was right in front of your face. And then the last 2, the blue ones. What is meant by Thane of Glamis and Thane of Cawdor? Now this is a test of your prior knowledge. We looked at what a Thane is. It was spelt differently, but a Thane, remember, was like a lord, wasn't it? So a person in charge of the town. So the Thane of Glamis and the Thane of Cawdor is just the people in charge of Glamis and the people in charge of Cawdor. You can't actually work that out from here. You need to know what Thane means, which hopefully you have remembered. If not, you should be going, I knew that. And then the last one for the blue, and the last one for the day. Find the phrase on line 5 and copy it out, showing the 3 letters apostrophes are omitting. So remember, omitting means it's replacing the letter, like don't is omitting the O in do not. So, line 5. Aha, yes. So what are the 3 words that the apostrophes are showing? So that look not like, well, that's the inhabitants of earth. Well, you can work those ones out. Of the earth. So the, of, the. There you go. Challenging one for today, but to prove a point that you do not always need to understand the text to be able to answer retrieval and Wordsmith Wendy questions. It helps, but it's not always necessary. So next time we look at a text and panic, maybe have a glance at the questions first and see if you can work them out. Well done for that today, and thank you very much, guys.